With another season coming to a close, it is time to give my recap on Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 4 now that it's over, now that we're about to move on to Chapter 2 OG and the end event. I wanted to give my thoughts on the entire season, what I liked about it. There are things that I actually... Unfortunately, I have been adding throughout Chapter 5 things that I didn't necessarily like about the season, but the whole point of these videos is to show a little bit of appreciation to Epic Games, all of the devs who have worked tirelessly and so hard on the experience that has been given to us this time around. And today, I wanted to sit back and talk about it for a few minutes, and I'd love to know what you guys think about it down below in the comments afterwards. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you were new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Guys, let's talk about Chapter 5 Season 4. So obviously, it is the brand new Marvel season, and unfortunately it didn't live up to the hype compared to Chapter 2 Season 4, but to be fair, it is its own thing. It's very difficult to compare it to arguably the greatest season of all time. If you guys would know, we made a reaction video to it, and Cypher PK made a huge deep dive into what season actually was Prime Fortnite, and Chapter 2 Season 4 fit right into that. So I want to look at the season as is instead of actually comparing it to Chapter 2 Season 4. The problem is sometimes I can't really help but do that with all the potential that we've had. Something that I've been talking about with the guys that we've usually been streaming with, and specifically Jojo Josiah, is that Fortnite leaks have been really hurting the game lately, because without all of these Fortnite leaks that we had, like every single mythic ever is going to come back, we're going to have multiple LTMs. All of that gets the community really hyped, and this is why I always talk about that you shouldn't trust leaks, to be honest with you. But I also think that really hurt the consensus of the community, because more often than not, the leaks are correct. We just need to keep that in mind moving forward, that the leaks might not be correct, especially when we're talking about Chapter 2 OG. So, the Marvel items were very fun. I didn't have a problem with the jetpack. I didn't have a problem with War Machine. I didn't have a problem with Sherry's Claws. I enjoyed using all of them, and actually, I really enjoyed playing this game more so than I did throughout the entire chapters besides the very beginning of Wrecked, because I don't like the gunplay of Chapter 5 so much, but I do like using all of the superpowers that were around. The Unibeam was incredibly underwhelming, but the rest of the powers that I got to play with were satisfying to use. They were fun. They mixed up the game. I loved having like Shuri Claw one-offs at the end of each match, I mean, not at the end of each match, but every single time that you encountered each other, right? The storyline was great. The event was phenomenal, as much as people really didn't like it. I couldn't believe that, by the way. I still can't believe that. A mini event. We had arguably the greatest mini event of all time. We had the whole storyline with Dr. Doom. The POIs, the new POIs, were nothing but bangers. Nothing but bangers. I've never gotten tired of landing at them. I love the interior design. I love the storyline with Dr. Doom. The care and work that they put into the POIs this season was spot on. Absolutely spot on, and those are POIs that I'm actually going to miss one day. I think that a lot of what they did this season was a huge improvement upon Chapter 5. The LTM didn't hit the same, but I want to stop and talk about the event for a second, because I think the event was perfect. We have a whole video diving into the event if you guys would actually like to take a look at it, but I didn't expect anything from the mini event. We had the big storyline with Dr. Doom. He grew up to be huge. We had an incredible cutscene, and they actually took Hope and made her very important to the storyline. They kind of like took her over as the main character, because she's the guy who she's the person that ended up actually saving John Jones, which was very cool to see. Very satisfying. The cutscene worked out. We had an amazing community event. The only issue, and this is something that I would like to expand upon in a brand new video, because this is more so a positive video about Chapter 5 Season 4, is I don't like, and we'll have to wait for the event, by the way, I don't like how Dr. Doom's story was concluded. I thought it was, I don't want to say low effort, but I don't like how he just kind of like, yay, we beat Dr. Doom. Like, we dove into that whole thing again, but this is something that I want to expand at in a future video, because again, I want to focus on what I really did like about this season. The event itself, the build up to the event, actually being in there, the most important part, arguably, was perfect. And you know what? In saying this could not age well, because we might have Dr. Doom show up somewhere in the next event, which I highly doubt's going to happen, but still, it was very cool. And then they capped off this season with one of the greatest Fortnitemares updates we've ever had. This gives me a lot of hope moving forward with holiday events. Hope, I'm not there yet, but I hope that Winterfest is going to be good because of this, because they went all out this Fortnitemares. From the skins, from the collaborations, from the items we've gotten, from just the overall spooky feeling. We got Horde Rush back. This is everything that most people could possibly ask for in a Fortnitemares update. The chainsaw is one of the greatest items that they've ever added. And they took care of a lot of balancing issues that a lot of the player base had. I think that Epic Games did a fantastic job with not only Fortnitemares, not only the event, but did a great job with the pacing of this entire season. It looks like Epic Games is going to be back on track, and I can't imagine, and I always want to show my appreciation and love for the devs that work on this game, because think about all of the constant hot fixes, updates, new content that had to make sure worked flawlessly got added. I can't imagine how much work actually goes into starting a live event on a live service game. It is so incredible what the Epic devs do for us, and I cannot help but appreciate them and thank them, because I think there needs to be a lot more content out there showing a little bit of appreciation for Epic Games, because they get hate at every single turn. While I'm somebody who disliked a lot of Chapter 5, there was a lot that was really well done this season, and I understand that the Epic devs are always trying to do their best, and it really showed, because they stepped up their game big time when it comes to this season. The amount of care, you know, like when I'm just walking around and I could just see like some random Halloween decorations, you just can see the little things that they do that they used to do in Chapter 1 that shows how much little bits of love and care was put into this. And again, it was just very evident throughout this entire season. We've had 2 events. Well, we're going to have another one. We have a mini event and an upcoming live event. We've had an amazing Marvel season. We've had incredible items being added. We had a really fun LTM, 2 LTMs with the Horde Rush, and we had one of the greatest Fortnitemares events that we've ever had grace this game. I am so excited moving forward to Chapter 2 OG. In my opinion, that was prime Fortnite, but of course, like everybody has their own favorites, so I understand if you're not exactly looking forward to that. But regardless, I have very high hopes for Chapter 6 with all of the things that Epic Games seems to be getting on the ball with. There was a lot of growing pains with the metaverse this time around, and I think that they put a lot of love and care into Battle Royale. I cannot wait to see what happens in Fortnite Chapter 6. Let me know what you thought about Chapter 5 Season 4 down below, guys. Thank you for being here and watching. Why don't you check out 2 other videos over here saying goodbye to some other seasons if you want to hear some recap from back in the day. I'd love to have you guys over there. Take care, everybody.